Isn't science so amazing? Since I was a young child, I always wanted to be a scientist for a very specific reason, which is the fact that a simple observation, one observation, can make you help every single human being lives on this planet. And in this presentation, I'm gonna tell you how. But before that, let me ask you this. How many one in this room know the reason for changing the color of any flower from one to another? No one. So let me tell you what. In 1670s, a scientist was so curious to know the reason in changing the color of chicory flower from one to another. And he found that there's a specific ants from a family called Formicida secreting a substrate into the soil, causing that change in the color. And he named that substrate as a formic acid or formate. Later on, more scientists became more interested if we as a human have this substrate in our body. And if we do, what's the function of this substrate? So at this point, I think many of you think that formate is the same as folic acid. But let me tell you what, that's a bad news. It's not the same. And folic acid is the vitamin that pregnant women takes during pregnancy. And I would like to know how many in this room know why pregnant women takes folic acid during the first trimesters. Anyone knows? Okay, so folic acid is a vitamin that pregnant woman takes during the first trimester to prevent something called NTDs, a neural tube defect, which is a severe defect and developmental defect in the central nervous system, including the brain and the spinal cord. Even with the folic acid supplement, NTDs, a neural tube defect, never became 0%. There's still some children suffering from NTDs. So on one hand, we have folic acid supplement. On the other hand, I'm gonna have formate that was discovered by a simple observation in 1670s. So a recent studies has shown that formate fortification or formate supplement can greatly decrease the NTDs incidence. So at this point of my research, and due to there is a limited information about formate metabolism in females, I'm going to study the differences between male and female and know if which one of them have more formate than the other. And remember, it's all about a simple observation, one observation that can help you change the life of many children lives on this planet. And that's what's amazing about science. So thank you.